What is Nvidia, and why do all of our swains praise her? She is holy, beautiful, and intelligent. The heavens gave her such grace that she may be admired. With the entire market on edge and up 10 points as she gained 0.6% on the eve of its quarter, we must ask, what is Nvidia and who is she? Although you might find it absurd to open a business show with a phrase from the Bard, I must admit that in my 43 years on Wall Street, I have never seen anything like Nvidia. In order to match the passion of this amazing firm, I look for analogies and end up grabbing for something otherworldly. Even those who are completely unrelated to the stock market have been captivated by this $3.2 trillion enterprise, which was only worth $580 billion 18 months ago. I have never witnessed a single stock have such a profound impact on so many people. Although it's almost magical, Nvidia's stock will drop to mere mortality tomorrow. Based only on one impending quarterly report, I feel obliged to explain why Nvidia has this elevated position and why, to be honest, it can never live up to the promise of its $3.2 trillion market worth. As previously stated, Nvidia will release their results tomorrow following the closing bell. Ray Wong is joining us now to provide additional information on what we may anticipate from the chip manufacturer, the possible effect on tech stocks, and what Wall Street is anticipating. He is the founder and chief analyst of Constellation Research. It's great to have you in the studio with us, Ray. What does Wall Street want? What can we expect from Nvidia? Since they are now priced for perfection, everyone is anticipating whether or not the Blackwell chips will arrive on schedule. What will occur in the future? The forecast is the main focus, since practically every IT business has been investing in data center chips and AI chips. We can tell from market checks that the earnings will be fairly good. However, when we speak with our CIOs in the market, we find that everyone steals cybersecurity budgets to finance AI. I wanted to get to this point. This idea of robbing Peter to pay Paul, when you're pulling money out of cybersecurity and putting it into AI, shocked me. We'll talk more about Nvidia in a moment. If there is a significant cyber attack or something manages to get through, will this be a mistake that everyone looks back on later? In the field of cybersecurity, post-breach resiliency is the major trend. You are aware that you will be compromised. Are you more adept at truly getting better? They are therefore speculating that AI may also enable them to access cybersecurity more quickly. Thus, both are taking place. It's a circumstance where you're trying to improve your cybersecurity situation by strengthening AI, not necessarily robbing Peter to pay Paul. All right, I don't find that as frightening. That makes more sense. Compared to famous literary characters of grace and beauty, Nvidia has recently received unmatched acclaim in the banking industry. However, what precisely is causing this intense admiration? An experienced Wall Street veteran with 43 years of experience says Nvidia is an exception. Just 18 months ago, this corporation was valued at $580 billion. Today, it is valued at an astounding $3.2 trillion. In addition to captivating seasoned investors, its explosive growth has also aroused the interest of others who normally avoid the stock market. It almost seems like a modern-day miracle how much awe Nvidia has received. Do you think the stock will increase if we are already perfectly valued and your channel checks indicate that things will be fantastic? Will it be sufficient to make an impression on the street? Although it might dazzle the street, no one else will be impressed. This is because, in contrast to the internet, which was open, decentralized, and had many players with declining pricing, the situation here is quite different. Although it's closed, centralized, more costly, and only a select few will succeed, Nvidia has done a terrific job. The stock will perform nicely as a result. 5 of the major 7 are yours, correct? Actually, 6. There are a few more that I have. Amazon, Tesla, Nvidia, Google, Apple, and Microsoft. Oh, you also own a Tesla? Indeed. That's the one that was absent from this list, all right. Which you not possess. In fact, I believe I also own Meta. Are you Meta? You own all 7 then. All 7, indeed. And you think this is the best thesis to continue leading the market at this time? For now, we do. That will also be beneficial, particularly when interest rates decline. Many people believe that when interest rates drop, it will go to EMs, but that isn't how it will actually appear. Apart from Nvidia, it appears that big tech is your ticket to expansion and safety. It's similar like purchasing GE in the 1980s. Earlier, we had a guest who discussed how many of these American corporations are looking to invest in countries like India as an alternative to China. Does that affect any of the Magnificent Seven, the Big Seven? Not as much, no. India is an intriguing market because it is expanding. The dynamics of the population work in their favor. In 20 years, China will resemble Japan due to its inverse population dynamics. Really? What then might be causing any of these equities to decline? You would sell any of the Mag 7 for what reason? They are unable to add services or experiences to their current offerings if their market share is declining and their expectations are no longer growing. If the monetization isn't growing linearly, it's because in digital, you expand through search, adverts, products, services, and memberships. In fact, you will die if you don't engage with all 6 of those. As you can see, everyone who was good at advertisements began to join memberships, and everyone who was good at memberships began to produce goods. That's how digital giants have evolved. Tech companies benefit from reduced financing rates, unless there is a recession. Corporate spending would suffer from a severe recession. How is this played? The number of job layoffs occurring in the Valley is something most people are unaware of, yet they are happening. AI replacement is taking place. According to some businesses I spoke with, operations that are currently 15% automated will soon reach 70% automation. This began with Meta and is spreading throughout the Valley. How long have you owned Nvidia? If you could go back in time, what would you do? Along the way, particularly during declines, we have been making purchases. There, $180 is the target price. All right, it is currently at $126. I appreciate you coming in today, Ray. Talking with you from the bottom up was great. How about Nvidia? What do you think? Nvidia will likely provide momentum this week, in my opinion. People will think we're in recovery mode since it's likely to surpass expectations. As cutting season approaches, there is an increase in choppiness, which makes investors anxious that stocks will continue to rise. The street is placing bets on significant stock movements following Nvidia's announcement tomorrow. The options market is somewhat slanted to the upside and is pricing in a move of about 10% either way. Chris Murphy, co-head of derivative strategy, is now joining us. What is the difference between current placement and previous quarters? Among the most regularly exchanged earnings is this one. A little bit of everything is present. Selling puts on the downside is one trend. Some are eager to buy on a drop because they missed the rally. One pattern that leads to earnings is that there are increasing worries that Nvidia's stock may be subject to a reality check despite its remarkable ascent. According to experts, it might find it difficult to meet the extremely high standards. This outstanding business might soon experience a decline. The most important lesson: even though Nvidia has achieved incredible success, problems can still affect any stock. Investors need to strike a balance between being cautious and being enthusiastic. How do you feel about the future of Nvidia? Remember to like and subscribe and leave your opinions in the comments section below. Prior to creating their own internal systems, Tesla's technology was powered by Nvidia. On the illegal market, those initial Nvidia GPUs are now highly sought-after collectibles. Some uncommon models have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, while one model is now going for $119,000. Get yours now by clicking the link below, but don't wait around. Stock is limited.